Hey, Dark Angel, how you doing? Good morning, to everybody who's ever gonna come on here, watch this later, or whatever. Doing pretty good yesterday. Holy shit! That I can't remember ever since I have lived here in this town. We usually have water spout over in the lake, but have a funnel cloud in town just at the time the kids were getting out of school downtown yesterday. Holy shit, what the hell? That was just like intense. And I was looking at the picture when they were trying to video record it. That I was telling my wife, dude, that was like a funnel cloud. And we ended up having a pea-sized hail. I mean, we had hail. We had hail on and off all day, on and off yesterday. And it was like people would say, "Oh, there's snow coming," and I'm like, "No, that's hail." So that was really, really messed up. What the hell happened? Yeah. So, but it was kind of really like, okay, I'm waiting for my kid to get home. I'm looking out there. Possibility could have another one. So I told my kid just to come inside when they got home from school. Yeah, but a buddy of mine took the other one that uh yeah, over by the other school. I was like, what the hell? Ugh. Yeah, it was like, holy shit. I mean, I've been through tornado. I've been through tornado quite a few times. And but here in Ludington, that I there's no explanation. We didn't get no type of warning or nothing that I know of. We didn't get no alert on our phone or nothing. So that was kind of like, holy shit, really? Is that you, Dart? Oh, you, Angel? Yeah. Did you guys get any of? We also I learned about Scottville. Um, I'm trying to figure out how far. I'm like about 5 mile. I'm 5 miles from Scottville, if I'm right, give or take. And they ended up having a final cloud showed up over there too. And that was like crazy. You coming on here, Doc, or what? 'Cause I still can't send you an invite on the hangout. That's really fucked up. I don't know what the hell is going on. But that's just like, I mean, I remember when I would did. I got into my truck. I used to live in Shepherd, and just in over in Isabel County. I got in my truck and I went down like quarter of a mile. There was a tornado right there, and I'm driving toward it, and they were going away from me. So I was like, it was so cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Be safe out there for Halloween out there too. Just warm. Make sure that you guys check the candy before the kids have it. And then just don't go to some naggy old lady's house that say, "Get my there!" So it was gonna be fun. We're gonna be taking the kids out for trick or treating. My daughter's gonna be Scooby Doo. My youngest son is going to be Matt the Chief, and my oldest daughter is gonna be a cat, and my oldest boy is gonna be the horseman, but he changed his mind just last night, so it's just kind of like we ain't got the money to go get you a new costume, so you should have thought of it, double check before you decided whatever. So it's just like that ain't happening. But I will have a video be releasing today, not Halloween or anything. I'm not really doing anything Halloween this year. Usually I don't. This would be the first year that I don't really. Mm, yeah, because it's just been a lot been going on. But yeah, it got real cold. It's like 30 some degrees this morning. So, and of course, I'm here. I'm not out there. So y'all know that. But Harbor Freight across the street, it's open today here in Ludington. That's cool. I thought maybe I go over there later or whatever to check out and see if I can find that moving blanket that uh God, what's that name? Um He's another YouTuber. Big Willie Monkey, something like that. I watched some of his video and I've seen some of the stuff that he does, and he said he used a moving blanket. He had a camouflage one, and he used the for like an underquilt or whatever. Really big monkey one. Thank you, Dark Matter. Yeah, really big monkey one. Um, After I get done with this live stream and stuff here, I'll put the description somewhere down in the bottom, or just type in really big monkey one. Yeah, he got some awesome video. Yeah, he's pretty. Hey, Brian J, how you doing? Yeah. So I'm gonna try to see if I can find a movie blanket to use it for underquilt, because this winter I'm gonna be doing some hammock camping in the wintertime too. And I got a couple other things too. I'm gonna try to find a 12 by 12 tarp, or I have an idea that I'm gonna use to make my own. Well, it's not tarp, but I have an idea. Haven't quite figured out how I'm gonna do that. I haven't freezing. um, this winter, the freezing is not gonna bother me. It's just getting out of bed at home. It's cold in here, and you can't really start a fire in the living room to being like out in the wood. If I could build just a little shack out in the wood and do that, then I would. Look it up YouTube. Oh no, it's what I have an idea is that what I'm going to do is like when I did my super shelter. That's what I'm going to do too. I'm just going to figure out, design it, and then I'm going to probably do a video of it because I know I didn't really do a video for my super shelter to how I built it. So yeah, we still got the AC on in our bedroom, and I want it out. I literally want to just have it just like accidentally, oop, it broke, fell out. We're not buying a new one. Nope, ain't happening. Yeah, cook it. My wife did that. We'd be freezing. Yeah. So I'm using a Ruby. I'm using a big heavy duty fleet blanket. Just like the one that you had, Brian J, with the one of the football team, but I have a Marine one. And I use my Ruby and that there just to keep my ass warm. If it gets to the point where I have to use my 0 degree sleeping bag, I'll use that too. Yeah. I'm just waiting for my the video to get done um editing so I can upload it today. Freezing to death. It's 34 degrees outside and it's probably 19 degrees inside. That's warm. Come on. That's not. That it's what's the weather today?
The forecast shows partly sunny skies with a high of 41 and a low of 34.
Yeah, right now it's saying it's 38 right now. Yeah. But yeah, when it comes to wintertime, I'm always dressed warm. Always do. I layer up. I always have since I was a kid because I'm always outside. I mean, I don't like the cold because you can't really do too much like your painting. If you want something, you want to be warm when you're building too, like working on a roof or on the outside of the house or something. You want to be warm so you can actually move freely. I put a video up today. I hid the word subscriber and all through it. Can you count how many times? I have to watch that there if I'm not doing anything today because I know I got a couple things I gotta do. Uh, January 9th. Wow. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna try to be figuring out. I got some DIY videos. I'm brainstorming. And so I'm hoping that not raining this weekend. I'm probably gonna go camping. Right, Dark. Yep. Yeah, don't get out of control on her. Excuse me. Don't get out of control on her channel, Dark, or she'll take the frying pan. I know one thing I do want to get my hands on is those SOL emergency sleeping bags or whatever you want to call it. There's a couple things I do want to get my hand on. I mean, at Walmart they have this like the emergency blanket. They have the orange on one side and the silver stuff on the other side. I didn't get out of control on mine. I got better, but yeah, I remember. Yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, the emergency blanket that got the orange. I want a green one. I don't want an orange one because I don't need to be camping in that because we have plane flights over all the time, so I don't need to see. Oh, they're done their rescue searching out there. And hey, what pack? How you doing? Oh, okay. Wolfpack. Yeah, I just couldn't. I was just trying to think of a name out there because there's a lot of different other one that called. Yeah, I wish Walmart would sell some nylon fabric, and I can get an idea and look at it and stuff here because there's a couple things I want to make but it just kind of I hate ordering. I mean, for fabric for projects I want to do, I hate to order. I like to just go to a store, get it, come home, and start it, and not have to wait for it to come here, and then trying to figure out, okay, this is not what I was expecting or what. So I don't like that. I like to be able just to go to the store and just get it and come home and start doing it. Okay, buddy, I think I got to have to put up the notice again to everybody. Okay. Yeah, since it's Halloween, I'm gonna try to see if I can wear my glasses with my helmet on, because I don't know if a lot of you guys see me wearing my helmet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I made this helmet. It was a file of a 405th um Fatal Prop community thing here. I did not create this file. Somebody else did, so I just printed it out, put it together, and did the design and the battle damage and painted it myself. Yeah, literally. Okay, can't wear it in the house very long. I don't have no fan putting inside of it. And it's yeah, I don't have a fan put in here. I just don't have any. I think I might be able to, but I gotta get a small fan and I'm gonna put it inside right here with a small little battery pack. And that, but I might make a new one. Not really for sure. You know, I didn't even get notification for your video is up for your what you were just talking about. Yeah, I think it's bullshit what YouTube is doing is that they unsub you and stuff here. Because I mean, we're sub to a lot of them, and it's just hard for us to get to go through all of them. And it's just like, yeah, I agree with Wolfpack. Excuse me. Hey, FS Bushcraft, how you doing? Yeah, I ended up having 408 yesterday, and then now I'm at 405, so I had three unsub me, so I guess they had to deal with YouTube doing it, or they did it themselves. That's good, that's good. That's good, Bushcraft. I'm glad you're feeling okay this morning. Then there's that the big camcorder that I use to do my video is the Canon FS100. I brought it used, and it's still working great and everything. I love it. It's small. Yeah, I got it off from eBay. I think I got it off eBay. I can't remember, but yeah, but it's great. I like. Excuse me. I love it. Yeah, I could eat. Bushcraft when they eating the good food. They supposed to be eating like the food I eat. All right, thanks for coming in here, Dart. Right. Yeah, I'm trying to get back in the game doing this stuff here. And be safe out there, Dart. Watch out for those clowns. It's like, don't you like clowns? Don't we make you laugh? Ugh. Oh, Campfire Crew Master All Halloween Eve. Calvin Corner 72. We just released a video. I gotta watch that later. It's 10:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Michigan on Halloween, October 31st. Really? I don't care for clown and stuff here. I think they're kind of funny and we just even a scary one and be like, yeah, okay. Alrighty, here, hold on. Let me get my baseball bat with a table saw blade onto it, and then we'll talk. I remember. I remember last year we were going trick or treating when that whole bullshit with the clown, and so the town was trying to recommend for people not to dress like clowns. So they had these two young kids. They had to be in their almost teenager age, and the two of them, and they're dressed up as a clown. I'm like, oh my god, they're the clown, they're the clown, let's go get them! And the kids just turn around and start running to their parents, and I'm just standing there yelling at it. So it was funny as hell. Get the shit out of them too. That's what I like to do. I like to get the shit out of people, and I don't do it on purpose. It just like go with it. Now, I'm gonna see here. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but a buddy of mine took a picture of this here. That we ended up having that yesterday, about a little after 3 something in the afternoon, for the funnel cloud here in my town. Now it was 40 degrees outside. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my lights off and see. Come on. I guess not, but yeah, that it was like really the pressure it would hurt my ear, and I didn't even think of it. Oh, yeah, in Minnesota. No, we didn't get a tornado. We just had the funnel cloud. It came from right in town off of Lake Michigan, and it went through the town, and it got spotted over to Scottville. That was like literally 5, 6 miles from me. Yeah, and it was really surprised. We don't get it. I mean, we had water spout, but the time they hit the beach, it just kind of like goes away. But we hadn't had something like that in, I don't know, since I ever been here that I ever heard too. We never really got a tornado here, but we'd always get wind damage and stuff. But that will be the first in so many years. I mean, literally so many years, 50, 60 years. Yeah, but this one didn't touch the ground. It just kind of like went over the building and stuff. No damage was ever reported. That was a good thing here, especially. But this was happening when the kids were getting out of school. There was no warning, no nothing happened. So it was like really like, oh, I would get, oh, my adrenaline would get enough. Oh, come on, do another one, do another one, do another one. Come on, come on. I mean, I've been through 10 of them. I've been through 10 tornadoes in my time, and I survived through them. And my first one when I was 5 or 6 years old. Um, I live in an apartment complex. No, the only place we would have been able to do is go in the bathroom. But we here in the town, we don't really get it because we're literally like 5 minutes from the lake. So it would be more like the inland, what we call it Scottville, that was like 5 or 6 miles from me toward east. So it was kind of, hey Joey, happy Halloween to you too. Excuse me. Going to the store? Yeah, I probably will too later. Sometime. Whenever I go outside. When I feel like it. I want to. Because Harbor Freight just open today. So, FX Woodcraft, you want to come on here? Okay. Let's see. Hopefully that. Yeah, I guess that ain't gonna work. All right, here we go. FX Bushcraft. I'm gonna send it, and I'm gonna wait 4 seconds, and then I'm gonna delete it. 1, 2, 3, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 1/4. I don't know. There we go.
Hey.
Hey, 3 1/4, 3 1/2. I don't know what it is with my Hey, now I'm having. It only happened one time before, and then all of a sudden it all happened again. But
Oh yeah.
I haven't really done that in a while.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you pretty good.
All right. I'm using a different microphone today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get this window set up. No, I just woke up a little while ago.
Oh yeah.
And stomach was giving me problems last night.
Stop eating all those bacon, you wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah. Now I've got I've got a doctor's appointment tonight, but I'm not 100% sure, but I think one of my incisions might have a slight infection on it.
Oh.
So it's giving me some problems. So I go and see my doctor tonight, so he'll take a look at it and let me know. Hey,
I
Brian.
hope it goes well.
Yeah, me too. That's the last thing I need.
Yeah, yesterday was crazy. I mean, I was just here and I got a notification on my Facebook page about a video that Macon County Press was doing. And so, and I'm kind of like, okay, let's see what the hell. And I'm looking at it, and the video was kind of like their broadcasting was getting interrupted. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a funnel cloud. So I'm out there looking. I see a little bit, but my phone was on the charger. I'm like, son of a bitch. And I told my wife, I said, hey, we got a funnel cloud. It's hailing outside. Oh, it's snowing. I'm like, no, it's hailing. Pea-sized hail is what we had, because you can hear it from outside.
Holy crap. That's probably why we were getting all the wind and stuff that we were getting here yesterday and all that rain. It's nice out today. It's nice and sunny, clear sky.
Yeah, we got some snow and rain coming today.
Yeah. Brian J. FS, did they give you any good? Yeah, they did, Brian J. Yeah. Yeah, I got to try this new drug called Dilaudid that I've never had before. Oh my God, man, it knocked the crap out of me.
Wow. Yeah, it's like crazy yesterday. I mean, we get like literally straight wind. And when they say, like in the wintertime, when they say we get Lake Effect snow shower, we don't really get it in Ludington itself. It's just the next town over that will get the Lake Effect snow shower.
Right.
They get it bad, and then we do. We usually get it where it will pretty much just like we get so much snow, and if they can't keep it up, then they start closing school down or whatever, and we get ice pretty much. But wind chill, holy shit, it's horrible here when we get wind chill. Just last January, when I started getting on this YouTube, and I think that's the first time I met you, Biscraft, with Mainland 121. And just that 3 days when I was going live with you guys, I was getting a phone call where the school was cancellation because we were getting so much rain and put windshield on top of that, it was freezing over.
Right. Yeah, well, you're in southern Michigan, aren't you?
I'm in the Midwest, Michigan.
Midwest. Okay, yeah. I was thinking you were southern Michigan.
All right, here's Michigan. If you were to look, this is the thumb here. This is the east side of Michigan. I live on the west side of Michigan, right here in Lake Michigan.
So you'd be like opposite of like where Detroit is, basically.
Yeah, I'm literally right across 4 hours from Wisconsin, right across the lake.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that you were closer to Detroit.
Yeah, no. That would be I think Mr. Moss 1 is over that area. I'm not really for sure.
Right.
And Dark, he's in south of me. So does Teresa Shell. She's the south of me. She's like the southwest of south, kind of west of me, but she's quite a few hours away from the lake side of Michigan. And Dark is kind of like in the middle south, somewhere around there. Well, not really in the middle south. He's between 2 different big cities.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of like in the middle, but on the Midwest. We call it the Midwest here in Michigan.
Right. Yeah, no, it's funny how the weather, I know the weather in that part of the state, like the northern central part of the states, has been pretty brutal the last little while there. Like I said, I got a buddy of mine down in Minnesota, and they turned around and like I said, they got snow the other night there. He turned around and sent me a message, and I got on TeamSpeak with him and was talking with him. He's like, "Man, you guys getting all that snow up there in Canada?" I'm like, "Snow? It's like 24 for us, so what, like 50, roughly about 50 Fahrenheit, 55 Fahrenheit or whatever." I'm like, "No, man, it's gorgeous here. It's beautiful. There's a nice warm wind outside and the whole bit." And he's like, "Oh, man, it's snowing here." I'm like, "No." They've been saying that us on the eastern seaboard here, that we're probably, eastern Canada, that we're probably going to turn around and get a lot of rain this year, that we probably won't see too much snow this year. Which is fine with me. I can live with that.
Yeah, we're looking at it. We're probably going to get really bad snow, but that's what they all say, because last time we had a really bad snow where we had literally 4 foot of snow in our backyard. I'm literally 4 feet above the ground. That was like in 2014, late 2013 to early 2014, right in that where we were getting the winter.
Right.
Yeah, and we got where it was 4 feet of snow. So after Christmas, January, the kids were still just before they went back to school. that I went to go to the um the the fire pit I had in the backyard. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I know it's right here, so I'm just digging it out with the shovel and stuff here. And I know it ain't that far down. I'm like, holy shit, 4 feet down. That's how far it was just to get on my top of my rock.
Yeah.
So that was actually 2 feet down from the ground where the fire pit is. So that was like 6 feet when I'm digging out of snow.
Wow. Well, that's like I was
So
saying, the wife and I were talking this morning there, and said the same thing. Like being Halloween, it's I'm just looking on the Weather Network now. It's 54 Fahrenheit right now in St. John, New Brunswick,
Mhm.
where I am. Now I remember being a kid, and we going out Halloween. We'd have snowbanks outside that were like 3-4 feet tall.
Yeah, we since I remember, I'm 35 right now, and I've only remembered twice. I was like 7, 8 years old. It was like 60 degrees, and then I was like literally probably about 15 years old. And it was like 55, 60 degrees. Those were the 2 days we ever had warm day to go trick or treating. After the rest of the time, was either raining or snowing.
Wow. Yeah, just looking back on that, when my buddy there, when he was saying in Minnesota that they got snow, that was last Wednesday. It was 71 Fahrenheit here, and they were getting snow down there.
My buddy of mine up in the some of you guys might know him, the poor Uper.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he lived up in the UP, and he got a little bit of snow just to cover the partway of the yard, but nothing really a big deal. And he got it up in the UP a couple of days ago. And then my wife, some of her cousin and her aunt and uncle over in Montana, they got some snow.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm just looking ahead. They're turning around and they're forecasting for us for the next 3 weeks, actually, that we're going to stay in around between 50 to 60 Fahrenheit.
Lucky.
Yeah. It's gonna be a crazy winter. Turn on to see what happens this year.
Yeah, we still have one job we haven't finished, and we needed to have it done before, but with it rain and it's cold and it's not drying out the deck, because we need to seal it up after we power wash it. And so it was just, and the bad part is it's right up in Lake Michigan.
Right.
So even with that being cold and wind coming off of there, that's even make it worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I used to live in Southern Ontario on in St. Catharines, right on the Niagara Falls. And it was like that, where you had Lake Ontario. We had Lake Ontario to the north, and then you got Lake Erie to the south. And oh yeah, some of the storms, they used to come in all the time from the south, and of course they get trapped. As you know, they get trapped in the Great Lakes and just sit there and spiral over top of St. Catharines and Niagara.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal storms up there. But
yeah, once we get the storm that comes from over Lake Michigan, that's even make it worse for us too, because especially when we have the Great Lake, excuse me, shoreline, all the way up from Traverse City, all the way down, I'd say, by Chicago, I would say, or whatever, and Michigan City, actually. It's from like Traverse City all the way down to Michigan City, if I'm right. I can't think of that. One city down at the corner in Michigan. But usually it's from more like from Holland doesn't get it very much, but from Grand Rapids all the way up to Traverse City, it's just horrible. But Grand Rapids, they get it bad before any of the inland. But when there's a lot of places over in inland heading toward about 50 miles out away from the lake, that sometimes there's some places where it could be a village or be a town or be people who live there's like a big hole, like a bowl.
Yeah.
And so, on the outside of it, because I used to live in a trailer park, and just about 5 miles from a county line from another next county over, we're in like this bowl. It can be 30 degrees or 32, 29, 25 degrees Fahrenheit outside of that wall. In that little hole, we get windshield.
Yeah.
Literally bad, where our vehicle won't start with nothing.
Yeah. See, that's why we're pretty lucky here where I am, because a lot of people turn around and assume because that we're in the Atlantic provinces of Canada, in the Atlantic Ocean, that we probably get a lot of storms. We get a lot of rain and a lot of like high winds and stuff, but a lot of the big storms that come up from the States and stuff like that, like on the eastern seaboard and stuff, like the hurricanes and all that kind of stuff, we're kind of lucky because where I am, like if you know how Canada on the eastern seaboard, like we border right along the state of Maine, but where we are in New Brunswick, we got like New Brunswick is like here, and then you got like Nova Scotia kind of comes off the bottom of us.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the Bay of Fundy. So what happens is a lot of those storms come up along through, and like New York and all that, they get hit with it really hard. But then as soon as it comes up and hits Nova Scotia, it's like it kind of pushes it back out, way out into the ocean again. So all we get is the high winds and rain and stuff like that. Even the snow the last few years, we haven't got a whole lot of snow because of the same reason. It kind of turns out and pushes it out.
Yeah.
And like I said, with us being kind of New Brunswick is basically a mountain that comes down into the ocean, but then to the north, we've got the St. Lawrence Seaway that comes in too between us and Quebec. So anything that kind of comes down from the north, as you know, with water, it hits the St. Lawrence Seaway, and it doesn't come down any farther. They kind of get stuck right there. So Quebec, in the area, like if you know Mike Barton, he's in that section in the Gas Bay, and Billy Rideau, they turn around and they get dumped on. But we turn around and get like next to nothing.
It's really kind of weird that wherever you're at, is that, yeah, they get this, but when it comes to that, we get something totally different.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like last week or whatever, that Montana got snow all the way close to maybe just before Wisconsin. And then when we get it, we get real cold weather, but we just get nothing but rain and stuff here. So it's just kind of like, but when we get a storm that blew up from over from Lake Michigan, if I remember, it get horribly.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of that again too is when you turn around and look at the weather currents and stuff like that, especially in North America, right? Like we've got from the west, it's kind of like that. You got that belt, and it comes across like into Canada, like Vancouver and Alberta and stuff, and then it dips way to hell down into the States, almost down as far as Texas, and then
Yeah.
it starts to come back up again, towards Michigan kind of thing, and then it does that kind of loop over and goes above us and then kind of back out into the ocean again. So I think that's why on the eastern seaboard and on the western seaboard, we're so lucky where we are, like you say, but the central areas, a lot of people assume that the central areas, being that they're inland, that they're not going to get so much, but it's again, the oceans turn around and push a lot of the weather systems out, and they get pulled out into the ocean, which is kind of nice.
I remember a few years back, I was playing a video game on the Xbox with a buddy of mine. He lived in Texas, and he was getting a storm, and I was getting the storm, same thing too. So I look on the radar, and I'm going, holy shit. It was like from Texas all the way up to Michigan. It was literally every state that would go along connecting the dot to dot to dot from Texas to Michigan on an angle where I live.
Yeah.
We're all getting hit at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, holy shit, because I had a buddy of mine living in Texas, and his brother, we were playing, and I had a buddy that lived in Missouri, and we were playing video games, and I had one in Illinois, and then I had one in Kansas too, and I had a couple in Michigan. So we were all getting hit at the same time. I'm going, we were kind of like, holy shit. And this was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was like, and we never had that happen ever again.
Yeah,
That was kind of like a bizarre for us.
yeah, yeah. They are pretty wild. I'll be right back, actually.
Okay. Yeah, we only got 3 people watching. Button drop every 15 minutes. Excuse me. Okay, don't tell me what to do. I will be right back. I need to get more coffee. Hello to whoever the 4th viewer is. Let's see. I just had to get me some refill my coffee cup. Yeah, I said I started working, and my boss up a couple times, and my foreman a couple times, and go for like sometimes go for a coffee and donut run, and they go, "What kind of coffee you like?" And I said, "Black." And they go, "What? Just black? You don't want no sugar and cream in it?" No, just black. Everybody out there have sugar and cream in theirs and stuff here, and I'm the only one that drinks their coffee just black. You're not right. I'm like, you guys are not right.
Yeah, really, eh?
Huh?
Where's your camping stuff out?
Okay, I need to do my cookware stuff. But
The wifey checking up on you?
yeah, she asked me why I have my camping bag stuff out, because I did a video of my cookware and what food I take with me when I go camping and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought I'd do some video, so I'm waiting for it to stop editing so I can upload it sometime today.
Right. So how's she been feeling? I know you were saying there a while back there that that Mama Bear was under the weather.
She's been doing some somewhat okay and not. She still get the chest pain on and off. She was over with my brother-in-law friend place, our apartment complex. They have a clubhouse, and she went in to go to the bathroom, and she slipped on the water that was in the bathroom in the clubhouse and fell, and she hurt her back on that there.
Ouch.
Yeah, I said, but they didn't really do nothing about it, so I said, no, don't even bother go over there no more. If they don't want to do shit about it, then we
Yeah.
don't even need to go over there.
Did they ever find out what was causing the chest pain on her? Or?
No, but she does have lung disease.
Hmm.
And that's it, but no, they never find out why it was causing or whatever, but
Crazy.
it's just one of those. You've been years and years and years and years and being in the medical practice and stuff here, and you don't know shit.
Yeah. No, that's obviously going on a lot, actually.
Yeah, and then they can just kind of rip you off with the insurance and your medical bills and stuff here because they go, oh, well, you take a couple of these here, if not, then call your doctor, and then there's a couple of days, blah blah blah. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I was on Instagram, and I'm trying to remember who it was that I'm on Instagram with over in Canada. And they showed a picture of the 24 pack of beer for $52.94, and I'm going, holy shit, are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
I'm going,
Yeah.
and almost what, $11 for a gallon of milk?
Yeah, for us to what is it? Yeah, a gallon, which would be like 4 liters, is it's what 6? That's almost $7 for me.
Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It's
That's-
expensive.
That's crazy for you guys. I mean,
Well,
that's-
Mark Mainland and I were turning on and talking about that the one time too, and like like we were talking like cigarettes and stuff. Like Tara and I, we turned around and smoked the John Players, and 2 packs of them turned around and cost us like $26. But it was like Mark and I turned around and we're talking about it and working it out. A lot of it though, I mean, it works out with the wages and stuff like that, right? Like he was saying where he is, like in what is it, Mississippi or whatever, their minimum wage is only like, what is it, like $8 or something like that an hour or something.
yeah.
Well, ours is like almost $11 an hour, right? So the wages are a lot different. So it kind of, I mean, it's still expensive as hell, but it kind of works out in the wash, really, in the end.
I mean, here's what gets me is that minimum wages don't mean shit. You still can't survive off of it.
No.
Barely. You get barely. You mean a little bit. I mean, just that much. You barely just standing up. Okay, you just like, get up from the bed and you stand up from the bed.
Yeah.
You just barely standing. That's pretty much what it is nowadays, and it's just like, come on, wake the hell up. Stop
Well, the part that gets me is, like you say, is like for you guys, where you guys got to pay for your health care. Like there a while back when Mrs. Manland was in the hospital with the flu there, and they had to pay for it all and everything. And it's like, here in Canada, we don't have to pay for that kind of stuff. Like my gallbladder, prime example. I just went in to have gallbladder surgery done. Like if I was in the States, you'd have to pay for all that, right? I didn't have to pay for it. It was all covered. Like I didn't have to pay a dime out of my pocket. It was all paid.
That's what killed me. I mean, it's just like, if I didn't have, I had some okay insurance, but if I were to say that I'm out of battery and I can't get more battery until my 6-month thing is up or whatever, I have to pay that out of my pocket, and the battery for my hearing aid is not cheap.
Yeah. See, that's crazy. See, that's another example. My mother just actually turned around and had to get a hearing aid in her left ear because she was old age and stuff like that, right? And starting to lose hearing and stuff. But the hearing aid, it was what was it? It worked out. It was something like $2,600 or something like that for the hearing aid.
$3,000 per hearing aid that I have.
Yeah, well, it was $2,600 for hers, but she didn't even have to pay for it because there's here in St. John where we are, they have what the hell they call it? It's I can't even think of the name of it now, but it's more made for like people that have like kind of like you that have like major hearing loss or elderly people and stuff like that. They can't afford it. Then they have these groups that basically they donate money, and she got the hearing aid for free. Now, the only thing is she got the hearing aid for free, but she has to buy her own batteries, you know, if she wants to do the batteries or whatever in it. But the hearing aid itself, she got it for free.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I mean. Like the healthcare system and stuff like that. It's so crazy how the differences are. But I don't know. I shake my head all the time when it comes to stuff like that, like medical stuff. You know, why the U.S. doesn't turn around and adopt, you know, the health system that we have, you know, and how it works. And Christ, if little old Canada, if we can turn around and do it, yeah, I know. But you know what? Again, it's like, you know, if little old Canada, if we can turn around and do it, and you know, get by and stuff like that, Jesus Christ, you guys in the States, the United States government, there's no reason why they couldn't be able to do the same thing. But the problem is,
I agree. There's I'm trying to think of a country, and that's I think it's Norway or something, that they get free college, free medical.
Yeah, that's the Netherlands and France is like that too.
And then they work like 38, 40 hours a week or something like that there.
Yep.
And so it was just kind of,
yeah.
And
yeah.
they're fine.
Yeah, the Netherlands is like that, and I know France is like that as well. I've got family actually that lives in France, and they have everything is paid for them. Now, they pay a little higher in taxes, but their thing is that it again, it kind of works out in the wash because they pay higher taxes than we turn around and pay, but everything's covered for them. Like even my cousin who lives just outside of Paris, France, her and her husband turn around and work, but yet the government pays for their child care.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even come out of their pocket. Like they don't pay for it at all. You know, all their stuff is paid for in the whole bit. But
I think with the American government, they're greedy.
Yeah.
They are greedy, and it's seen it. If I've been seeing it floating around on internet, Facebook, and I've heard conversation and stuff here. If the president of the United States only allowed to run 2 terms, so should the Congress. They should allow to run. We have Congress who've been being Congress for 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of like, yeah, okay, you know, you run your term, get the hell out, get somebody else in.
Yeah.
It's so bad. And then now that they're changing the law to over some stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, come on. I can remember when I was a kid, we didn't really have that much of a big deal when we were younger, and it wasn't that bad. I mean, some city had it horribly and stuff here, but now it's just like, you can't do anything without getting in trouble. You can't say anything without offending anybody anymore nowadays. It's just like, wake the fuck up, smell the coffee, pull your head out of your ass, and get the fuck over it and live on your life.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
If you're live, why are you screaming?
Because I can.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's. But again, you know, you get that everywhere too, right? That's like here in Canada, we got the big thing going on right now, like with the Liberal Party, and you know, everybody's bitching because Justin Trudeau, you know, was giving money to all these different groups and stuff like that, and people are all up in arms and blah blah blah, and worry about the Canadian people and yada yada yada. But a lot of them, again, here in Canada, a lot of it's a lot of the rich people are the ones that are bitching about it. You know, as far as the middle class goes, I mean, our Liberal Party's been doing a fantastic job, and you know, as myself sitting in a middle class, like you know, with the child tax credits that we turn around and get, and the money we get every month back from the government, you know, for having kids and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's awesome. But then, like you say, we have the same thing here in Canada too. I mean, we have other places that, you know, it's the poor areas, and you know, places are doing bad and cities are doing bad and everything else. I mean, that happens everywhere, right? Government's government. I
yeah,
mean, the problem is that there's no government. There's never going to be a government that is going to 100% solely make everybody happy.
exactly.
It's in,
Exactly.
the human, it's in human nature that there's always somebody is going to turn around and have an issue with something, right? So, but
All it is about power. It's all about power and money.
well, and that's the big thing. Yeah, it's all about power and money. That's like I was just watching a video there not that long ago. I got a friend of mine that's she's a professor at Brock University in St. Catharines, Ontario, and it's so funny because this video was turned on and showing about renewable power sources, and they were showing like in one place in Africa, actually, like in the what do you call it, the the desert of Africa. There's one spot there that they have pinned out. If you look on it like on a map, like if you blow out the world, that you can see the whole entire world.
Yeah.
This area would be like a pinprick on the map. But if they were to fill that area with solar panels, like if all the world governments got together and they filled that one little tiny spot with solar panels, they could turn on and generate enough power to turn on and supply the whole entire world. That the world wouldn't need power. And then like the different ways that they have with using the they have these other things that go out in the ocean, and they're like they basically turn around and they float on the top of the surface of the ocean, and they take the motion from the waves, and it's basically like a generator, and they can generate so much power in all these different ways and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. We
The
have
governments don't want to do it because then they lose the money from the oil, from coal production, you know, from all that other crap and the whole bit. Like you say, that's what it comes down to. It comes down to money.
See, we have in this world. I mean, I'm kind of a geek in a way too. Also, that we have so many different resources on this planet.
Yeah.
Now, like we got the solar panel, we got the windmill, we got the water motion generate and stuff here that it can always be used to generate electricity for a community, city, and all this stuff here because it's just like, but why is it not being done?
Well, it comes, like you said, it comes back to the money. It's because the elite of the elite, you know, it's gonna cut into their profit margin, and they don't want it to happen, so they turn around and fight against it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, it's like how you were talking about that little section in Africa, put all those solar panels, but when it comes to a war, that could be the first thing going to get taken out.
Well, exactly, and that's why they say like a lot of these renewable energy sources and stuff that they have, you know, to go worldwide or whatever, it really would, in essence, turn around and take, you know, like almost like, I hate to say it, but it would almost turn around and take like a world government you know, would have to turn around and come in. And it'd have to be a good government, but
Yeah.
I mean, it'll never. I can't. It'll never happen in our lifetime, but
No.
hopefully in our grandkids' lifetime, maybe our great grandkids' lifetime, you know, finally, maybe, you know, humanity will wake the F up in plain words.
Exactly. I mean, we already have I would have to think maybe probably about, I don't know how many, not very far from me. Actually probably about 12 miles from here, heading towards Petwater. We actually have a wind farm out there. They just recently put up there a couple of years ago. And now they're talking about regenerate some kind of new energy to power whatever here in this Macon County. I can't remember exactly a whole detail. And I'm going, okay, that's kind of cool. What the catch?
Yeah, yeah,
There's always going to be a catch.
yeah.
Okay, how much money that the city going to have to put more tax for some ridiculous bullshit so the company can do this here? So, but here's the thing, why don't they do this here? Set up a testing phase to see before they continuing and stuff here, and then just say, okay, say because we have a lot of farm around here.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was just like, okay, hey, we like to put some of this here on your property, and we were kind of like a tax saver.
Yep.
And stuff.
Yep.
So I know we have a couple of them here because there's a I can't think what you call it and stuff here. You can get strawberry, apple, and all that kind of stuff right there, and you can pick them too. Stuff here, and they have one out there. Cause my kid went on a field trip out there a couple of years ago.
Right.
And I'm literally standing up by right next to it. You can literally stand right next to it and you're looking up and going, holy shit, that's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went, wow. But yeah, it's just, I'm always trying to figure out something just like talking about generate our own electricity. I've seen something on YouTube that you can put it in the backpack and you can go out camping and stuff here. That you pretty much fold it out. It's got like a little pole and some little fabric and stuff here, and it regenerate and make electricity to charge your devices up and stuff here. I mean, that's pretty cool for having something for shit hit the fan, but why would you want to take electronic devices when you're going camping? I mean, unless you're going to use it for to recharge your cell phone, your radio, or your GPS or something, I can see that there. But why would you want to take a DVD player, tablet kind of thing so you can whatever? I mean,
No, yeah.
going camping, get the hell out of the wood and be away from all the electronic stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's well, I've got one like that. I've got a small one that folds out and it attaches to my pack. But I use it for like recharging my, you know, camcorder batteries or, you know, flashlights or whatever like that kind of stuff. Or
yeah,
you know, cell phone.
Yeah. When my wife and I we took the kid and a friend of mine and her brother. And he was like, well, I got them DVDs on, I got the movie on here, and I'm going, no, that's staying here. We ain't watching no movie out camping.
Oh,
no electronics.
The Campfires, the movie. That's like Cole Craven.
Yeah.
When Cole Craven and I go out all the time, like we're the same way, and you know.
Yep.
The most thing that we've done the last few times that we've gone out camping, which has been kind of cool because of the fact of being, you know, where I was kind of under the weather a little bit and stuff like that and everything else. We've done the last few outings, as we refer to it, we've gone car camping. There's this one spot that you can go to. I mean, we're still out, you know, a couple of miles into the bush, but we can drive to it in Wayne's car. So and you know, and then it's just like maybe 100 yards walk into the bush kind of thing, and we set up. But the most electronics that we turned on, he's got this little solar powered radio that he's brought out,
Yeah.
And we were joking around about it the one night. It was so funny because we had the radio just playing, just like real low, kind of in the background noise kind of thing. Is sitting there, and we had the big fire going and that. And we're staring at the fire, and I'm like, man, this is such a great movie. And he's like, yeah, I know. Hey, like, did you see that? We're talking about the flames jumping up, how you start watching the flames and they're jumping off
Yeah,
the log and stuff
exactly.
like that and everything. And I said, yeah, can you imagine if somebody had walked in right now and walked up behind us? They'd be thinking, like, what the fuck are these guys? Like, what are they doing? Like no. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong taking a small radio. It's nothing wrong taking a small radio with you and you put it in, like you were just saying, put it on a low setting or whatever. There's nothing wrong with it. But just having like a tablet with playing movies and stuff here and then that, and being going camping and getting away from home, getting away from civilization and getting away from electronic and stuff. Yes, you're gonna have your cell phone. And
Yeah.
I said, yeah, you're gonna have your camcorder or a camera or something. Camcorder and camera, those two right there are one of the accessory if you want to. It's not a demand, it's not something, but it's a good thing to have. I mean, just in case you want to video something, you were doing something, or you saw something happening, or you saw nature, or something happened, you came across something, you want to take pictures or something like that, whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like being like myself, being a YouTube creator. I mean, doing the videos and stuff. Like I have a few subs actually that turned around and they can't get out. They want to get out, but they have major health issues and stuff like that, so they can't get out. So the way that they do get out is, I go out and I record my camp out or whatever, and they say all the time, like they watch it and they feel like they're there, like they imagine that they're there, kind of thing, in the whole bit. But yeah, I mean, a camcorder is not, like you say, to me, it's not electronic. It's like when we take the family and we go up to the cabin, it's the same way, like what you're talking about. Like, there's no, like we have here at the house, the laptops, the iPads, all that kind of stuff in the whole bit. That don't go to the cabin. That stays at home. That stays at home. Like the most, we don't have anything up there. Like we even use like that one big light that I have that's solar charging and stuff like that. Like that's about the biggest electronic light that we have inside the cabin. Everything else is all runs off kerosene and propane or wood stove or whatever. But that's what I love about my kids, because the younger ones, because we've raised them that way. Like they've, ever since day one, I mean, they've had all the electronics and stuff like that when we're at home, but then when we go away to the cabin, they can go without it and they can survive in both. You know what I mean?
That's what's with the youngest one, and my wife and I, and they're fine with it. And when we went out camping at the Labor Day weekend, and I older boy, and he was messing around and he got wet and he got ready to go home.
Yeah.
And then no, we're out here, we're not going home.
Yeah.
He was ready because he was pissed at the idiot that did it.
Yeah.
That's why he wanted to go. He didn't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But my mom, she brought a tent. They never used it yet. They brought a new tent, and she was talking about putting it out in the yard and then have a campfire going, because they have a burning pit right there. And I told my younger daughter, I go, Piper, Bima said that this is camping in the yard with a campfire. She said, no, that's not real camping. You go out in the wood.
That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, I took both my youngest ones before I started working. I took my youngest boy camping, and then in June I went up to UP. I haven't seen my buddy in a long time, except for on Hangout and Skype and Facebook on the Poor Uper.
Yeah.
And we went up. I took my youngest daughter. We went up across the bridge up in the UP, and then we went camping out there, and she enjoyed it. So she liked the camp and stuff. So she realized that the difference between camping in the wood, camping at a campground, and camping in the yard. She
Oh, yeah,
prefers
absolutely.
camping in the wood.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a big.
So
There's a,
she might be the next bushcrafter.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. No, that's like my sister's a prime example of that. My sister, like, they come up every once in a while, like when we went up the cabin, and it's the same way. You know, my niece and my nephew, they're up there and they're like, "Oh, this is boring," like, because they're always glued, you know, the iPads and everything else. And Cody and Kylie are too. They're running around having a blast, like, you know, running through the woods, and they're playing hide and seek, or they're doing whatever, right? Like they're using their imagination, which is the biggest thing with a lot of kids today. They don't know how to use their imagination to turn around and have fun and go and do something like.
Yeah, we taught that with the oldest, and didn't we talk about the oldest one too? We know we do the youngest one.
Ones don't know how to use their imagination. It's the little ones that act like they don't have an imagination and know how to put it to use.
Yeah.
They gotta have to play with them.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of that, again, it goes back to the school systems. Like they don't do it in schools anymore. Like they don't push them to use their imagination anymore and to, you know, come up with different ways and stuff like that. And that's what I'm grateful about with our kids. The two youngest ones, you know, they go to, like I said before, here in New Brunswick where we are, they go to an all French school, and it's a different school district than the public schools. And like Cody, when he comes home with projects, or Kylie and stuff, like it's always stuff that they have to, they're given like an outline kind of thing, but then they have to come up with an idea. Like he just had for English, it was kind of funny. They have one English class, and for English they were talking about projects and stuff, and they had to do a project, but the project was they could do anything that they wanted to do, but they basically had to invent something. So yeah, so and that's basically all they were given for instruction. So their thing was that him and his buddies, they got together and they took the camcorder and stuff like that, and they did this commercial that they had invented this new kids group that turned around and helped with getting out into the woods and stuff like that, and leaving stuff at home. And I was so proud about that because I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, yeah, like they're not talking like video games and all that kind of stuff. They were talking about how they turned around and they go out in the woods and they learn how to make fires, and they learn how to build shelters and all this kind of stuff in the whole bit. But
they have I don't know if it's the junior high or the high school. I didn't have this class. I kind of wish, because I probably would make the instructor like shit. The teacher. That here they have it where the high school here, the school district have a wooded area property, and just down the road from me, and they would take the kids out there to build some kind of shelter out there, all out in the wood. And I kind of wish I didn't know what class it was or whatever, and I probably would have made the teacher an ass.
Yeah.
I could, whatever I've done when I was a kid, living out in the wood, and I did research, and I've gone to libraries, and I've learned stuff on my own and do all this stuff here, I would have made him look like an ass in that there. And I said, you might want to give me a pass grade for this class here, because this is nothing. This is a piece of cake.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
And I'm kind of, I don't know what class it is, and that I'm trying to find out. And I said I would like to see if I can get my oldest boy want to take this class.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I think it was January. I think it's January that after hunting season done for deer rifle, rifle and muzzleloader. Because where I go camping is they hunters out there. So if I go in January, hey Bobcat guy, how you doing? And I asked him, hey, you want to go out winter camping with me? He said, sure. I said, okay. I said, it probably won't be sometime till January.
Yeah.
This will be the first time for him doing it.
That'd be awesome.
I'm taking a buddy of mine too, also at another time in January, too, also that he never went winter camping either.
Yeah.
So this is, so what we're gonna do? I don't have anything. I said all you need to do is get yourself a good sleeping bag and a sleeping pad, and don't worry about the shelter.
Yeah.
And you go, we're not sleeping in a tent? Nope. Well, I'm gonna sleep in the shelter. He said, well, you can sleep in a hammock. You're crazy. Nope.
No. Oh, Christ, you can sleep in the wintertime.
Yeah. So he did watch some of my video because I sent him a link to my one video that I did last February, the day after my birthday and stuff here, and then and we were at work and he go, "You're crazy." So we got talking about it, and a couple of the other guys too, and they're looking at, "You're crazy. You're just not right." I'm like, whatever. I mean, come on. It's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you go camping, well, yeah, but not in the wintertime. I went, it's actually out there. All right, think of it. In the wintertime, fall and wintertime, you're not going to worry about bug. You're not going to worry about snake. You're not going to worry about little critter getting in your bag and all this stuff here. Yes, it may be cold, but if you do it just right, it's fine. You keep a fire going. I call them lawn fire.
Yep.
They're about like 3 feet long and stuff here. Make a fire shield so it reflects the heat to you.
Yep.
You'll be perfectly fine.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
going to stay warm. You're going to be doing something. You're not just going to sit on your ass and do after nothing, just play with your thumb.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, winter camping's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. But yeah, as long as you're dressed for it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have thermal wear. I don't have a freaking $100 boost or whatever, and I don't really have. But I mean, I do have a lawn john. I want to get myself some thermal wear, but I just can't afford it. Up here, I have an old military jacket, but I have a couple of the fleet jackets that my dad gave me, and I've always had something to keep me warm because you want to wear layers. That's what I told him. I said, you want to be in layers because you don't want to get too hot and sweat because you go to bed and you're still wet. You're going to get cold, and it's just easy way to get into hypothermia.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Always stay, as we say, always stay comfortable, cool.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, you don't want to be hot. You don't want to be cold. You just want to be cool.
You want to be right in the middle. You just want to be kind of like a lukewarm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's the same thing. Like, you know, same thing here. I have people all the time like, oh, you know, I can't afford the stuff. It's like, you don't need, like, man, it's Salvation Army, thrift stores, you know, whatever. You know, just buy a bunch of clothes, layer up. You want to layer up anyway. You want to have, like you say, you want to have those layers. And
yeah, the thing here, I got pretty much. I don't really need to buy any camping gear and out there because I pretty much set. I just gotta get some stuff for my family to have for them, and that's it for a couple little things here because I'm planning on to make a hammock for my youngest kid, both of them, so they can be in a hammock, and they got their own backpacks and stuff here. They got their own flashlight and stuff here. And I said maybe next year I'll teach them how to use a knife properly and stuff here. My daughter, she's already wanted to cut down dead wood and make them into firewood. She likes to use an axe and stuff here. And I tell you what, I got in my hammock. My youngest daughter was sleeping in my one-person bivy tent that I got from BattleBox.
yeah.
And I just fell asleep in the hammock. Because usually if I'm sleeping in a tent, it can take me a while to fall asleep. I'm in a hammock, oh, I'm out.
Yeah.
I just fell asleep and I hear my daughter screaming. I'm going, what's on? There's a spider. I said, where? On the outside of the tent. Really? Really? I said, just hit the tent. He said, no, can you go? I'm going, honey, that's a one-person tent. We ain't gonna fit in there. And I said, well, I don't want to be in a hammock anymore. And I have my two-person tent with me that I just brought, and I haven't done a review on it. I haven't done anything to it yet. And so I'm kind of like, okay. So she had her own sleeping bag and all this stuff here, and so I got in there, and I'm like, inside a single person tent, and she's laying right next to me, and I'm going, and she's moving around, swapping and stuff here, and I'm going, this ain't going to work. So the next morning we got up. I got my 2-person tents out, and then I got a notification on my phone about we had that bad storm because we were supposed to stay out there for 2 nights with my
Right.
buddy of mine. And it was kind of different. She was upset about it too because she wanted to stay camping. And I said, if I didn't have my daughter with me, my buddy and I would have stayed out there.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah. No, yeah. When you take the kids out, I mean, obviously you got to play it smart, right? But
yeah, I've always think safety for the kids, especially when you're going camping and stuff here. See, my dad, he knows I'm okay when I go do my overnight camping by myself and stuff here, but especially when we've been getting bear spotted like constantly all the time where I've been going camping stuff here for my overnight and stuff, and it just kind of like, I guess I'll be a human taco one of these days.
yeah, for sure.
But usually they never really come close to human around. They usually kind of like stay away. But recently they've been coming around, especially it's salmon season.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, the salmon runs on and stuff like that. So they're trying to fatten up for the winter, right? That's when they kind of get a little. They push their boundaries a little more.
Yeah, we had a couple years back. We had a bear that come to walking, looking around in a vehicle at a dealership.
Oh wow.
Now I'm going. Why did bear looking at a vehicle? So it's something to take a family out for a drive. Headline news: a family of bear drove in town with a brand new Jeep. Out of the town with it too, and they're on a getaway.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh, they're just curious. They're like anything else.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the first time we had bears coming around, but when they're constantly,
Yeah.
so again, a little concerned.
Well, and yeah. I mean, it hasn't been too bad around here. There hasn't been a whole lot of that going on, but I mean, the biggest thing around here has just been deer and stuff like that. Oh my God, the deer have been in the city like crazy.
Yeah, we've been having some bobcat been spotted around here in Macon County. Rarely, we haven't really, but been quite a few been, and we also had some couple. I'm trying to remember where that was it. We had a cougar,
Oh wow.
and actually it got caught on a one of those deer cam
Oh yeah.
dragging a deer.
Oh no way.
Yeah, so it was just kind of like, where the hell did cougar come from? Because usually they're all the way up north, and I'm 3 hours from Traverse City. How far? No, how far are we on from Mackinac?
Couple hours.
Well, we're 3 hours from Traverse City.
3 hours from Charlevoix.
3 hours from Charlevoix, so that's about what, an hour?
So we're maybe 5 hours.
Well, we're about 5 hours from Mackinac Bridge. And and it's probably about, because it's a 5 mile long bridge on there. So we're about like, I'd say 6 hours to the UP.
Oh wow.
And that's where they usually have all those animals
Yeah.
stuff here in the northern part of Michigan. But down here, it's just like, what's going on? I could never figure it out, and others can't figure it out. So it's just migrating to a new location.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Until watch it, we'll be at war with the animal, and after they're trying to take over the United States.
The uprise of the animals.
I'm with the animal.
The animals are coming.
The animals are coming. The animals are coming. The animals are coming.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, kind of crazy, and it just, I mean, every generation is new stuff going to involve. They're going to have new stuff. They're going to have new experience. They're going to have new thing and stuff here. It's going way too fast. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody, whoever who likes Star Wars and Star Trek, I know damn well everybody wish we can live that life.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that there can be, I mean, there'd be few people, I'd say maybe 2% don't agree with that out of 98% of people who would love that. I mean, I could be wrong on the number, but
Oh, it'll happen, but it ain't gonna happen in our lifetime, so I don't even worry about it.
I mean, look at the technology we have. You
Yeah.
have to thank Star Trek and Star Wars for the technology we have now.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. No, my thing is that it's just gonna keep getting, more and more and more, but I don't worry myself about it because, like I said, it's cool, it's neat to see, but it'll never happen in
We're
my
not ready. We're not ready.
Yeah. But
And now they having the self-drive vehicle.
yeah.
I do not like that.
Yeah.
Me personally, no. Hell no. Even if the company want to have me do a test drive and have it for me to do a couple years experience with it, and I would be nope.
Yeah.
Even if they were offering me money, I would still say no because I don't really trust that kind of technology. I mean, it's not because of from the movie Terminator when they had the little fear from the whatever, the Skynet and stuff here. I don't really, you can't go too far in advance with technology to have robots taking over what we can do.
Yeah.
Now, I can see if you have robots who lift up heavy equipment, beam, and stuff like that. I can see that there to its stipulation. But for us being taken over by a robot machine for a factory, no.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Times are changing.
Yeah. Look at those Android that the company over in Japan and all that stuff here are making a life-size human android. Creepy.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, they got that other one too there. Where the hell? I forget where it was. They have that computer and they have that software, and it just finally came. They said it became self-aware, basically that it's a computer. It knows it's a computer or whatever. Some stupid crazy shit. I think, yeah, there we go. All the conspiracy theories are going to start now. And, oh, it's going to be a Terminator and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if we would have, I mean, some of these old movies we grew up in.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Helga, how you doing? And
because if it ever comes, I'm out in the bush, so it don't matter to me.
right. I mean, look at this. What was the name of that movie? War Game.
Oh yeah. War Game and Ghost in the Machine and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I know it's not real, but think of like, okay, some of the technology we had based off from some of the movie. It took so many years to happen, but I believe to myself with the technology, it would happen. When? Who knows?
Yeah.
But it will happen.
I don't worry about it. It's like I said.
I'm not either, but it's just, hey, Minute Man, how you doing?
Yeah, I basically don't worry about it. I just sit back and take day at a time. That's my whole thing now. I don't get all worked up and worried about all this stuff. You hear people freaking out all the time about this, that. And it's like, you know what? If it happens, it happens.
Exactly. And that's why I've always wanted to say that if you guys got kids, teach them to know that you have and that they haven't been prepared for anything and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's the best way you're gonna know, and the kids are gonna remember, and they're gonna hopefully, I mean, literally, hopefully that they would teach their kid and their kid and kids after kids and stuff
Exactly.
here, hopefully to keep it.
No, and that's exactly my point. That's what I do. Like I say, with our kids, are the same way. Like our kids can survive in all the technology, and they can survive without all the technology. I mean, you know, they have it both ways, and you know, they enjoy it. They enjoy the times that they don't have it, and they enjoy when they have it. And at the same time, my whole thing is that with it at the same time, it's almost like that respect kind of thing turns around and comes into effect as well, where you know, when we go to the cabin or whatever, let's say, and or we go out in the woods and they don't have all the technology that they have, like they don't have the Xbox, they don't have the iPads, they don't have all that kind of stuff. When we come back home, they appreciate it even more, and they take care of it, and they cherish it, you know, and they cherish the work that my wife and I do to turn around and give it to them. So that's, at the same time, that's kind of the flip side of it. You know, they have that respect and stuff like that for it. But
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do with our kids here, especially the young one. And it's just like that. It would be like all the kids go inside to have dinner or getting ready for bed for school night and stuff here, and they come to it. There's nobody outside. We don't have nobody to play with. And my wife goes, "Well, you got each other to go play with. Go do something."
yeah,
Yeah. So, but it kind of, when we're living in an apartment complex, it was kind of sucked. When we used to run out of the house, we had 3 acres. We didn't have to worry about it. They were always intent in it. They were always doing something.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's kind of like, but when I get the young one out in the wooded area, it's somewhat okay, but we still have to go, do something, go explore, use your imagination, go in the woods. Don't go too far where you can't see us and that, but just go have fun.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's just
That's
kind of like,
my youngest daughter, I did that with her. Like when we used to go out all the time too, and she used to get the same way. She'd be like bored or whatever. So I started her out with, you know, we just did. I said to her, I said, oh, let's go do like little, um, you know, what do you call it? Like treasure hunts or whatever. And she's like, treasure hunts, and I'm like, yeah. I said, let's go and see. And I just picked something off the top of my head. Let's go see if we can find a maple tree sapling. And she's like, what? I'm like, let's go find a baby maple tree. So, you know, we just turned around and go out and start walking around and trying to find, you know, a little maple tree that was growing or something like that, or, you know, birch tree or whatever. And it just took off from there. Now she's out all the time. You know, she finds a birch tree or whatever. She knows all the different types of birch that we have around here.
you know, I used to do that too when I was younger, but when I was 17, I had cancer, and I had to like it did a lot of like memory loss for me and
Yeah.
stuff here. So it was something that I was so used to, I could remember all the time. And that I taught myself. I have a book out there, and I'm looking through it to see identify what it is. Now when I go out there and I'm thinking, so I have to relearn myself that again, because half the time when I go out in the woods, you don't see it all the time, but you can't really see what poison oak and what poison ivy, so you don't really see it. So it's kind of like something you don't really see all the time or every day we bait.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's with me. I forget things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it just becomes like second nature. That's why I say when you take the kids out, you just got to kind of, you know, you got to kind of make it interesting and you know, come up with little things for them to do or whatever like that. And try to find whatever. Like I say, with my daughter, not so much Cody now anymore, because Cody's pretty much self-reliant out in the woods. But my daughter, I mean, she's only 10, and she's almost at the point that she's self-reliant now. But she gets her little stages where she's like, okay, Dad, I'm bored. Like, let's do something. And, you know, we'll do something like that. Like, you know, we'll pick pick a topic or something like that, and try to find it or make it like a little treasure hunt or whatever. Well, let's see who can find the first birch tree or the first pine cone or whatever, just something different. Get them to explore and they look around, and it's always she ends up finding something. Like she'll be like, "Oh, Dad, hey, come here! Like, here's a mushroom. Like, what kind of mushroom is this?" Or oh, look at this flower. Like, her big thing is flowers, right? So she'll find some kind of flower or whatever, and it's like, "Oh, look at this pretty flower. Like, what is it?" or whatever. So I always say with them, and that's how I did with Cody too, is kind of the same way. Is I've turned and I said, "Okay, well, you know what? Here, let's." I'll take a picture of it. And my daughter loves to draw. It's her big thing. Like she's the artist big time in the family. Yeah. So she's always got a pad of paper with her or whatever. So I'll say to her, all right, well, draw what you see. And then when we go home, you can look it up and try to find out what it is.
Right.
So it kind of, and that just drives her that she's like, okay, I want to go it again. I want to find something else. And, so that aspect of it kind of really gets her into the nature aspect of it, because then she finds stuff and she'll draw it or whatever, and then she comes home and she tries to find out what it was and what it's called and what its name is and all that kind of stuff. So that's where the imagination thing comes in again. Like I say, is you got to get them to think and imagine and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you're out in the bush and they're doing the bush thing. But at the same time, you're still involving them into that technology and that world that our kids are being brought up in. That when we come back home, then they can use that technology, but they're using that technology for stuff that they did out in the woods. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of like the marrying both of the two things together, which is really
cool. It's like when my kid went to school, the first day of school, and then they asked what did I don't remember which one, if it was my youngest girl or my youngest boy. One of them, I think they both did, and they were all the favorite thing they did when going camping. I mean, their summer was camping. They literally draw pictures and stuff like that. That was the best thing they enjoyed. And it's in here. My mom would try to start a fire in their yard, in their fire pit. Both of my youngest girl and boy, they're twin. Okay,
right.
The youngest twin, in that they told my mom that's not the right way to start a fire. You gotta have fat wood and tinder and pine cone. My mom gave me a look. I went,
yeah. That's
You're
cool.
talking about a 7, 8-year-old. I think they were 8 years old when they said this here, but they started learning this year when they were 7 about what they haven't learned how to start a fire yet. And out there, but they know exactly what to use to start a fire. They know exactly. So that's kind of funny. Yeah. And my dad kind of look at me and look at my mom. My mom said, "Don't you say."
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Cody and Kylie, they were about that, 6, 7 years old when I had them make their own fire. Yeah. They wanted to do it.
I think I'm gonna do it this year, this summer, or spring or summer. I'm gonna have them do it. Yeah. Too also, and I'm gonna have them. Have them try to do it with a match. Actually, I'm gonna have them do it with a ferro rod first before doing it with a match.
What I did with mine is basically when I taught them the same way too. And you got to think of kids, right? Because you don't want them to get bored. But the first thing is definitely like show them how to build their fire. Have their tinder, their twigs all the way up or whatever. Yeah, and let them use a match the first time. So they see it and they're like, oh, wow, I made fire. And then show them how to use a ferro rod.
Yeah.
Fluff their tinder up and stuff like that. Because then the excitement that you see, and it's a double fold. It's excitement for them, but at the same time for you as the parent, it really makes you feel good. Because when you sit there and they do the match and you're like, yeah, okay, it's a match, whatever, like, wow, we look at it, those of us that are experienced enough, if you can't get a fire going with a match, there's something seriously wrong, or a lighter or whatever, right? But to a kid, it's like, hey, I made fire. Then you
Yeah.
show them how to use the ferro rod. Now, the trick with the ferro rod that I've always turned on and say, especially when you're dealing with kids, is make sure that you have a really soft ferro rod, one that sparks really easy. That, you know, because kids don't have, you know, they don't understand the concept of the pressure and stuff like that, right? That you have to use.
Yeah.
So make sure it's like something good, like a gobsmack fire rod or something like that, like something that's really, really, like really
Thinking
easy.
of trying, hoping next spring or something, I'm gonna order a couple of the ferro rod and the striker that Nation, that 50 whatever Nation something.
Yeah. Even that, or
And I like it. The striker he used,
yeah.
and actually I've seen how other people have it, and I don't have it because I usually when I do my ferro rod, I use my Morel.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
And I don't want my young kid doing it because if they get slipper on and they can get cut, so I want something that they're not.
I just turned around. I've got like a half inch round ferro rod, a big one.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Those little you buy them you can buy them like here. We get them at Canadian Tire and stuff like that, but you can get them Home Depot, Home Hardware, or whatever. But those Speedy Sharps, it's like a stick and it's got like a carbide tip on it. It's made for like sharpening blades and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
One. I used that on the ferro rod and I gave it to Cody, and it's the best thing in the world because I think it just peels off, you know, the ferro rod like crazy. But the point is that you give them a bigger rod or a softer rod that they can just shower it with spark, and they're guaranteed they're going to get a fire going, right? Like, you know, you put something in it like a, you know, a cotton ball or something, like make it still simple for them, but not, you know, totally 100% simple. And something that, you know, like a tinder that's a really good flash tinder. And oh my God, they just turn around and, you know, they go ballistic. I remember the first time Cody and Kylie, when they got their first ferro rod fire, they were just like blown away. And now it's so funny because anytime we go out and they want to light a fire, they don't want to use a match. They don't want to use a lighter. They want to use a ferro rod. Or Cody's even turned around and used my flint and steel. And he'll want to use the flint and steel. Like, he don't even want to turn around and use the technology of lighters. He wants to do ferro rod or flint and steel. Like, to him, that's just, or magnifying glass. That's his big thing right now. Magnifying glass. He always wants to start a solar fire. And it's just amazing that, you know, that they take off. But it's like I said, some people get blown away by it. But that's the way that I've raised, the same way that my father raised me, right? And his father before him, and the whole bit, like you say, is kind of passing down that technology. But at the same time,
I had to learn a lot of stuff on my own. I had to learn it on my own. That's it. I never really had people to teach me on some stuff about the bushcrafting stuff. What we know, I had to do that on my own. I lived with my grandmother, and my grandmother raised me since I was 2 years old. And so it was just kind of, I had to learn some of this stuff here. And my grandma and I always went out camping. We did the old-fashioned camping, and we had the old-fashioned stuff, which I love, and I still love. I wish we still had that stuff around. I don't really like the new technology kind of camping stuff. I'm kind of like, that's a bunch of gimmick. What the fuck?
yeah.
What happened to the actual camping? But yeah, it's just like I want to teach my kids on the stuff here because when we went camping, and I didn't use a lighter. I don't like it. The only thing that I want to get my hand on, I haven't learned how to do it, is flint and steel.
Flint and steel is awesome.
And I haven't really, I mean, I have a piece of metal that Dark and I work on before we got there, before I went home or before we went to the YouTubery. I can't remember. I think it was after we came back from the YouTubery. I can't remember exactly what was it. And and we ended up taking a file.
Yep.
So, but I could never find any flint.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I'm missing is a flint.
You know what? You know what else turns on and works really well? And a lot of people don't think about it, and you probably got lots of it. You could probably go in your backyard and turn on and find some, is quartz. If you can find a nice piece of quartz, like, you know, like the white quartz.
Yeah.
It'll work too.
I haven't really got a chance to go over there, but down the road on the street, we used to have a railroad track.
Yeah.
And out there, and sometimes I go walk out there, but I haven't done it in years.
Do you know what? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised right there on a railroad track. You'd be surprised how much flint you'll find along a railroad track. A lot of the times. Biggest thing, my cousin actually was one for when I first got him into it too, into flint and steel and stuff like that. And he was always turning around and saying, you know, all the different flints, and he got right into it, like learning about chert and flint and quartz and all that kind of stuff. And back then I had said to him at the time, I said, you know what, if you're out walking around, you know, just take your take the striker with you, and just walk and pick up rocks. Just start picking up rocks off the ground. It don't have to be flint. It's just going to be hard enough to turn around and be able to peel the metal off, and that's exactly what a flint and steel does. Everybody thinks it's the flint that causes a spark. No, it's the metal. The flint is actually physically peeling the metal off, and because of the oxidization and everything else, you know, it hits the air, it turns into an amber, like it burns. Yeah. So, you know, just walk down and just start picking up rocks and testing them out and hitting them. You'll find.
Take a hammer and nail. You just hit it just right. You're gonna call that spark.
Yeah. Like glass is not. I mean, not that you want to use it all the time, but even glass will turn around and strike flint and steel. Like if you got a good steel, you know.
Yeah.
I've got videos on my channel way back. Like, oh my God, I can't even think. That's probably a couple of years ago. Back about 3 years ago, I did a video on that. Wayne and I wrote walking the one time, and we were in this. We come into this little quarry, and I turned around and found that this bottom of a beer bottle that was broken, and I was showing, you know, if you ever lost your striker or whatever, you could turn around and use it on a ferro rod. You could use it on a flint and steel kind of thing, and was using it in quartz and all these different kind of things that we turned on and came across, and they all turned on and worked great.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff. I mean, there's one I want to kind of like to do is a bow drill.
Bow drill's a challenge. That's a challenge. A bow drill, I mean, well, once again, it's like most of us, you know, like myself, bow drill's easy, but it's a challenge to start, because the biggest thing with a bow drill, it really depends. It depends on your area. You have to know your woods, right? Like the different kinds of woods you have. Like there's certain woods, you know, that you have that I don't have, or, you know, vice versa, or you got more wood than another wood kind of thing. So you really got to play around with it, and you got to know your woods. Like your spindle, I usually always turn around and say is your spindle. You want to make sure your spindle is a nice hardwood, some kind of a hardwood. Where your heath board and stuff like that, you know, you want it to be a softer wood, but a wood that burns easy.
The heat, the hand of the heat.
Something like pine, or you know, something like, or cedar, or something like that, right?
We have a shitload of pine and cedar in this area.
Yeah.
In the Midwestern Michigan.
Yeah.
And there's a shitload of pine and cedar. And another thing is, I've been thinking about, once I get to know and do the bow drill, I'm thinking of making the spindle part, that I was going to make a 3D print a handle, and then epoxy. I'm going to get a filament that can withstand heat, where there is that it can withstand heat up to 500 degrees.
I have the ashtray.
Right.
What?
Ashtray.
Oh yeah. Hold on a second.
Yep.
That can withstand heat for I don't know how many degrees. I want to say up to 300, 400, 500. But I was gonna go and type to get like a piece of a metal. Not it looked like the side of a washer, but it's not. But it got metal, solid, look like a coin.
Yeah.
Or something. I was gonna rip it. Kind of bowl it out, just hammer it, and then epoxy it. To glue it and stuff here, so it'd be very lightweight. It won't be heavy. It wouldn't be anything like that.
You know what the easiest thing to turn around and use is easiest way to turn around and make one is actually, and Wayne had turned around and come up with it. Well, not come up with it, but thought of it the one time, was really cool. Went into the dollar store and turned around and bought, they've got the measuring spoons.
Mm-hmm.
He turned around to get. And he turned around and took a teaspoon, measuring spoon, where it's got the handle and stuff on it. And he's got that clipped on his little carabiner with the stuff. So what he does when he goes out and he does a bow drill is whatever he finds for his bearing block, he just takes his knife and he kind of carves out a socket in it, and he turns around and puts that measuring spoon into the socket, and that's what he turns on and uses for a spindle. Anything like that. An old ball bearing. I've seen people use a wheel off a skateboard for crying out loud. Like anything like that, I'll turn around and work. I have a flint and steel set that I have that the steel is actually, it's got a divot in it, and it's made for that. So the same idea. You basically take a wooden bearing block, whatever you're using, you just carve it out a little bit, and the steel fits right into it, and it's got the little cup in it to turn on and hold your, anything like that'll work. A rock. I found rocks that have been the same way. You find that flute rock, and it's kind of got like a little divot in it or whatever. There's all kinds of different things that you can turn on and use.
Right. I had thought about.
Oh, there's Knuckles' brother.
Yeah, that's on him. I thought about I was talking to somebody, and who the hell was I talking to? It was another YouTuber, but he's not in our community or anything. I was just talking to him and stuff here, and he was talking about doing a bow drill.
Yeah.
And I asked him the question and stuff here, and I told him, what about weir bearing? And he said he never thought of it. And I think he did a video of it too.
Yeah.
And so here, and I got to think of it too, because I have one laying around. My desk is a mess right now, but I have one laying around. I thought about making something that'd be comfortable. You want something comfortable in your hand that's not going to kill your hand.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I thought about something like that there and coming up with my design or whatever.
Yeah.
And because I can 3D print so much, and then I get the kind of like a rubber texture filament, and then have to print the rest of it on top of it, so you get that rubber feel so it stays in your palm without moving too much.
Right. All right, there's all different kinds of things like that you can use.
Oh yeah.
But the biggest thing with bow drill is definitely, it's definitely a skill. It's not one of those skill. I've had people, turn around and show them how to do it, and they got it right off the hop, and they got an amber.
Yeah.
But then they're going to do it the next time, and it takes forever. It's one of those skills that it's a skill that you have to perfect, and it takes a while, but it's not hard once you get the hang of it. Hey, look at that sexy uniform.
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Not too bad. What are you doing?
I'm going to lunch right now.
I'll take a work.
Yeah, I need to get me some food in me. I'm tired.
Oh yeah. Oh, you gotta stop picking on that brother of yours.
He deserves it.
And I watched every one of those videos yesterday. That was awesome.
I'm glad, man.
I love it.
He's gonna be going live tonight from the MD Outdoors channel for Halloween. He's gonna be handing out candy to kids for tonight. So I'm just gonna stream the whole thing for him.
That'll be cool.
What's up, Noble?
I'm watching that. It's I don't know if you saw the pictures yesterday on the hangout, and that's where we had a funnel cloud over in downtown yesterday.
You guys had a funnel cloud?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It literally a bizarre, and I kind of kicked myself in the ass. And I thought about going down there to look at for something, and I didn't go. And man, imagine how much
That would have been cool to catch on film. That would have been really cool to catch that on film. That'd make some good footage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you guys doing for Halloween tonight? You guys doing anything?
I'm still
I'm just taking the kids out trick or treating. That's about it.
Yeah, I set up a fire pit out front. I put a projector up on the side of the house with Charlie Brown, the Great Pumpkin, and then I have a big table with hot cocoa and candy for the kids.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, we like to do it's fun. I don't know, Halloween's just fun, and then our kids just go out on their own and trick or treat. You know, because I got my oldest is 17, so she can supervise. So she just takes them to the neighborhood and trick or treats.
You probably do pretty good in your area.
What's that?
I said they probably do really good trick or treating in your guys' area.
Might be my internet. I couldn't hear what you said, FS.
Oh, I said, yeah, and with your kids being where you guys are in a complex like here, they probably do pretty good for treats.
Oh yeah, they do good because I mean it's all military housing, so it's rows and rows and rows and rows of houses.
Yeah.
So and all the kids just kind of roam around. So we have to buy a lot of candy because there's a ton of kids. But that's what I have I think it's like 20 gallon big container, and I'll fill the whole thing with hot cocoa, real hot, and then you have a bunch of styrofoam cups ready for them.
Oh, that's
No,
awesome.
you should do this. Shit, load a bear rod and then looking at what the hell we're supposed to use this.
Well, last year we bought Glühwein, which is the hot spiced wine, and my wife had another container of hot. Where's that for the parents that were walking, so the parents could come up and get shitty while they were trick or treating with their kids.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
Yeah, but we were in Germany, so Glühwein was really easy to find. Out here, it's not as available. So I don't know if my wife's going to do that again or not. I think she said something about looking for it. So if she can find it, I think she's going to put that out. But I don't know. Seems like a fun time.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh God, this commissary is busy. Ugh!
Go figure.
You know, over with all the people over where you live at, I think anybody who could be stupid enough to dress up as a clown and try to go like a serial killer isn't going to last very long.
Well, my son, his friend is dressing up as the clown from It, and my son is dressing up as Georgie, the kid with that got his arm ripped off, and he's carrying. He's got the yellow raincoat. I made him a newspaper boat, and his other arm is ripped off. So, yeah, so they're going as Georgie from It, and then the clown. So it should be pretty cool.
That ought to be funny.
Wow.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna run into the store and grab me some food, man, for lunch. So I just wanted to check in and say hey.
All right, you have a good one. Be safe out there.
You too.
Later, guys. See you, buddy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. I mean, I watched the first original movie, and I kind of think it was kind of stupid. Horror movie.
Yeah.
All stupid. But my wife and I have been we've been watching a TV shows on Netflix called Slasher or something like that. We watched the first whole season, and it was kind of twisted mindset. Okay, we finished it. It was cool and stuff here. So we watched the second season. Well, so many people who were in the first season, but they're totally different people, name, and they're different characters. It's just kind of like, but they died in the first season. How are they being in the second season?
Yeah.
So it was just kind of, but it was really cool. I mean, this TV show, Slasher, is not for kids to watch. I mean, literally.
Right.
It's like literally beyond MATV rated. I mean, it's not where they have a bunch of death scene in it. We're not saying, but it's more glorified and more depth, detail, graphic.
Right. Huh.
And I'm sitting here, nice, awesome, cool. Wow. What?
That's cool.
I mean, I don't really like horror movies because I think they're pretty much stupid and lame. But the slasher, I have to give a thumb up for them.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then-
Netflix has been coming out with a lot of cool movies the last little while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the film located within Alaska. I mean, not Alaska, Canada.
Oh yeah. Huh.
I don't know exactly where, but it was located in the film location within Alaska.
Of course it'd
I
have
mean,
to be,
God, Canada.
of course it'd have to be up here. Us crazy Canucks, right?
But it was off.
We're not allowed to carry guns, so we carry knives. Yeah.
I think it's over. I said, we're at in UK. You can't even have knife either. And I'm saying, how the hell do you put the cut food?
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting so stupid over about knife and that. And they have the weapon drop off. If you have any knife or anything, put them in the drop off box. No questions asked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's some places
I'm going-
are pretty wild.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
just
wild.
really stupid as hell.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Oh wow, it's 12 o'clock already.
Yeah, I was just gonna say myself, I think I'm gonna have to get off of here and gonna get up and get moving around. My stomach's starting to hurt sitting like this. So
But I
that's
told you, food like I eat, and that's you want to have a problem.
yeah, exactly, eh? For sure.
Well, you got anything you want to say before we get off here?
Oh, the only thing I can say, like I always say before, anybody that's out there, my name's Peter, FS Bushcraft. Remember, as I always say, learn together, survive together, and have a good one.
And Peter, thanks for coming on here. And like everybody, always like I always say, be prepared, be safe, be aware, and get out and go camping because you won't regret it. You guys have a good one and be safe. See ya.
Yeah.